I've been able to scale multiple channels, in fact, 5 channels past 1 million subscribers. And most creators dream of just doing one channel to 1 million subscribers. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 of them crossed 10 million, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them crossed 100,000 subscribers. So we still got some new channels growing, but my point here is that how the heck did that happen? And I've heard this my whole life. I've especially heard it the last couple of years. Oh, you're talented. Oh, it was the algorithm. Oh, you did that. Oh, you did the. Let's talk about mindset. You see, if you can understand how to control your mind, there is almost nothing that can stop you on planet Earth. Anything you set your mind to, you can do if your mind is strong enough. So today, that's what I want to talk about. In this video, we're going to break down the exact mental playbook that I used to basically do this over the last 14 years. And look, I'm not some random YouTube guru that hasn't actually done anything, because a lot of the gurus teaching you how to grow a YouTube channel, they've never even seen one of these. Let's get right into it. If you want to look a little more into my channels, my name is Nathan. I run a popular channel called Unspeakable. We have multiple channels under that name. So the first thing that your YouTube journey is going to start with, or your mindset, is obsession, passion. You hear a lot of people say, maybe you've heard your parents say it, if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. If you find something you're passionate about, you got to grab that and just never let it go. You know what I mean? I mean, it's true, but the thing is a lot of people get passion wrong. A lot of people think they have to be obsessed and passionate about something before they even try it or commit to it, which is completely not true. My first year on YouTube, I posted 143 videos to my YouTube channel. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I had very little passion, but I was curious about making YouTube videos. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was fun. Now, was I passionate about it? Was I obsessed about it? No. Not really. But in year 2 and year 3, my passion grew and slowly morphed into an obsession. And the reason I think this happened is because the more you do something that you think is fun, exciting, or interesting, that slowly develops into a passion. And when that passion grows, the more you do it, it slowly develops into an obsession. An obsession is a good thing. A lot of people will tell you, oh, you're too obsessed. Oh, you work too hard. Oh, most of these people that are talking to you probably are broke. Let's be honest. The thing is like, obsession is a good thing. A lot of people say obsession is unhealthy. That's unhealthy. What's unhealthy is doing what you don't love. That's unhealthy. My point here is that your passion is not going to be like fire right on day 1 or month 1. It might take months to build. Johnny, if I hand you, do you play any instruments? Let's say you want to play the guitar. You think the guitar is cool. Now, if I give you a guitar and I get you guitar lessons for the next week, are you going to be instantly passionate about playing the guitar and just driven and fire up to play the guitar?
I don't think so, but the more I learn and the more I progress, I feel like it'll come.
Exactly. At the end of week 1, you're not gonna have any passion playing the guitar. But at the end of month 6, you might be like, whoa, I actually like this. This is actually really cool. And this is why a lot of people don't ever do anything in their lives. They don't give their passion enough time to grow. They try something for 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then they're like, this isn't for me. Of course it's not for you. You did it for 30 days. 30 days. You're gonna live to be 80 years old and you're telling me you didn't enjoy something that you did for 0.01% of your life? Like, that's just ridiculous. Anyways, let's expand a little bit on the obsession thing, because I'm just ranting here, but it's a very important thing. Now, as my obsession or passion, whatever you want to call it, as it started to grow, I actually started to get this fear. And the fear was, what if I end up normal? What if YouTube doesn't work? Because now that I was passionate about YouTube, I had a fear of losing that, right? Like, what if I can't make my YouTube channel work? What if I have to go back and flip burgers at my local restaurant? So there was all these things going in my mind because I started to enjoy making YouTube videos and I wanted it to work. But the thing is that is exactly what I wanted. At the time, I didn't realize it, but that's what I needed, because that fear provoked action. And that's what allowed me to just go on fire and start taking this seriously and really posting content like it's the only option I have for success. Because a lot of people, when they set out a plan to do something ambitious, right, or grow a YouTube channel, they might have plan A. Plan A is, hey, I'm gonna grow this YouTube channel. But plan B, oh, if this doesn't work, I'll just go back to college, or I'll just go over here, or I'll just be a lifeguard. Like, it's all good. I got a plan B. The thing is that successful people don't have plan Bs. They only have plan As. And if plan A doesn't work, that's not optional. Plan A has to work, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So this obsession is going to fight against you to try and make these things work. And I can literally show you from a numbers standpoint how it affected me. So year 1, I posted 143 videos. Year 2, I posted 201 videos. Year 3, I posted 231 videos. Now on year 3, this is where my passion turned into an obsession. So if we break this down year by year, on year 1, I was curious and excited. You know, I was just making YouTube videos for fun. Year 2, I started to grow passion. Year 3, it turned into an obsession. And then those fears that I talked about started spewing out of year 3. And then year 4, I turned into a rocket ship. I posted 470 videos, almost 500 videos on my channel. That's almost a video, like every other day, that's me posting nearly 2 videos. And these are all long form videos, 10, 20, 30-minute long videos. And obviously it worked. Like, it, you know, voila. Took some time, took a lot of elbow grease, but it all starts with obsession. And look, at the end of the day, you should pick things that you love. And you should make a YouTube channel about things you love and enjoy. But my point here is that sometimes you don't know if you love it or how much you love it until you do it for 1, 2, 6 months, maybe a year and a half. It takes time to grow into a passion. Now let's talk about these numbers one more time, because that is a very, very important factor. Volume is a very important thing to grow a channel. But there's all these debates, right? You have people debating, should I post quality videos or quantity? Should I focus on posting 1 good video a month or 6 decent videos a month? And the answer is that I think if you're starting a YouTube channel, you should be focused on quantity. You should be pumping out as much content as you can, because this content is not only a way for you to test ideas, but it's also a way for you to just get better. And the best way to get better at being a creator is repetition. Posting 100 videos, figuring out what works, figuring out your editing style, figuring out your personality, growing into a talented creator, that takes repetition. It takes hundreds of videos. In fact, it took me 574 videos for my first video to get 1 million views. That is repetition. That is quantity, not quality. So you start with quantity and you build into quality over time. And the craziest thing about this whole argument of people being like, should I start with quantity or quality? The thing is you don't even know what quality is. You think quality is a really professional intro, a fancy camera, perfectly cut edited scenes. That's not quality. Quality is what your audience wants. That's what quality is. You notice how all of these YouTubers, big YouTubers, don't necessarily have the most quality videos. Like if you look at big streamers like Kai Cenat, you know, you look at people like Ryan Trahan, Casey Neistat. These guys don't necessarily have super high quality TV style videos. They don't, because that's not quality. Quality is what is important to your audience, and the only way you're gonna figure that out is through quantity. Simple as that. So you need to post as much videos as you can without overwhelming yourself, without burning yourself out. But at the same time, I think you should overwhelm yourself, because that is where you begin to push yourself in a zone of uncomfortable situations, which usually equate to an insane amount of growth from you as a person. Some of my best years on YouTube were also some of my hardest years on YouTube. So if we fast forward a little bit longer and we see the numbers here, on year 5 and 6, I was posting nearly 800 videos a year. 800 100. That's nearly 3 videos a day. And again, this is all long form. YouTube Shorts didn't exist back then. These are all videos that are 20, 30 minutes long. These are videos with completely custom scripts, fully edited. You know, sometimes it would take up to 12 to 14 hours just to edit one video. Now, did I have some help? Yes, of course. I had about 3 editors at the time that would help me edit, and then my job was just to film videos as much as I could. So I would typically film anywhere from 6 to 10 videos per day, like legit. And I know that sounds insane. You're like, what? 6 to 10 videos? Yeah. 6 to 10 videos a day. I would usually have 4 filming days per week where I would film those videos. And the other 3 days of the week, I would spend all my time, you know, I would be looking for people that could help me write scripts. I would be thinking of video ideas. I would be designing thumbnails. I would be setting up videos. I would be reviewing videos with my editors, like, you know, basically a lot of creative work. But yeah, I mean, that's what it takes, all right? Now look, everyone's gonna grow at a different pace. You might grow faster than me, or you might grow slower than me. But all I'm saying is, you better work the hardest you've ever worked. I'm being honest with you. I'm just being honest. I'm being straight up honest. Because I'm not that YouTube guru that's gonna sit here and be like, yeah, all you gotta do is just get in the algorithm, and you know, if you could just nail this strategy, it's gonna be super easy. It's not gonna be easy. There's nothing easy about this. You're gonna post 30 videos, all of them are gonna fail, and then you're gonna remake them, and then you're gonna remake them, and then you're gonna remake them, and you might have to post 574 videos before your first one takes off. Simple as that. Now, there's one thing that I started to notice as I posted more videos, as I made more videos. I've coached a lot of different creators of all different sizes, and a lot of them don't have systems. They don't have a blueprint. And that's why this channel is called Blueprint. And that's exactly why I built Blueprint University. We have courses on our website that you can watch, and we also have a full coaching program where you can actually get access to part of my team that can actually help you dive deep into your channel, and we can actually do a full audit of your channel. Typically, these audits range anywhere from 15 all the way up to 30 pages of information about your channel and how you can grow and all of the different things that you can do to get to your goals. This is a very intensive process. It is not a cheap process, but we do it for creators that are serious and they really, really want to grow. So if that interests you, I have a free training right now at the top of the description. You can go over to Blueprint Premium, our website, and it will basically explain to you what we're able to do for you. It's a very hands-on experience. There's also a lot of other creators in there. We've had some incredible success so far. We've had one of our first creators hit his $10,000 month, which is incredible. We have another creator that successfully converted from short form content to long form content and is now pulling nearly 100,000 views per video. We got another creator that just crossed 60 million monthly views. So some really, really cool stuff going on in there. Check the link in the top of the description if you're serious about actually doing this. So let's talk about having a vision. Goals, right? Because that's very important. When you set out to be a YouTuber, you might not have big goals, and that's okay. But you do want to set some goals up. Like maybe you have a goal to hit 100,000 subscribers. Maybe you have a goal to sell merchandise, whatever it is. To be honest, there is a version of me that probably should have quit YouTube multiple times. And I know that's like weird to say, but the path to actually growing is so messy sometimes. There's so many long, dark alleys that very easily could have gotten me to quit. There's entire seasons or months where things are just not working. And no matter how hard you try, it's just not working. And that's just life. Like, to be honest with you, but it's hard. So having a vision, a goal, I think is so incredibly important to keep you on track of where you want to go. And that's ultimately one of the things that really, really helped me stay on track was visioning the future. Thinking about, like, I would literally lay down on stressful weeks and I would think about like, man, in the future, I want to like drive a nice car. I want to like have a little production team that can help me film videos. And I would just like vision these things. And the mind is incredibly powerful the way it works, as you know. It's one of the things that helped me mentally stay on top. And I think it's incredibly powerful. I think people don't do it enough. I do it all the time. I vision even today, even 14 years into creating videos. Every single week, I try to set time aside to just vision. think about the future. What do I want? What are my goals? You know, like what is happening? Having this long-term vision obviously kept me in the game. It kept me excited about the future, which I think is so important. But of course, it doesn't explain why I was able to grow 5 channels to 1 million subscribers. But the next thing that I want to talk about might be one of the most important reasons. I'm gonna call this the separator, okay? Just go with me. This is something that I've observed firsthand when creating YouTube videos. This is something I've seen multiple times, not just once. So during my 14 years of being a content creator, I've seen so many channels grow with me and then all of a sudden die out and disappear. Not only have I grown multiple channels to millions of subscribers, but for the past 6 years, I've been able to maintain 100 million monthly views for 6 years straight. How? How have I been able to do that? And it's not because of algorithm changes. It's not because I'm spending a lot of money on paid ads. I've never spent paid money or paid ads on any of my videos. Everything is 100% organic. And on top of that, each year, we're actually posting less and less videos because again, remember how I talked about quantity to quality? We're focusing more on more quality. So our videos are getting more views per video than our videos in the past. The biggest realization that I came to is that most people assume the beginning is hard, and it is. I'm not saying it's easy, but they think, oh, it's really hard to get to 1 million subscribers. It is, but how difficult is it to maintain 1 million subscribers and continue to grow and push the boundary year over year over year? That's the difficult part. A lot of these creators, they get 1 million subscribers and then they think, ooh, I made it. But when I got 1 million subscribers, the difference is that, oh, I got 1 million reasons that I could lose now. I got 1 million people that could stop watching my videos. I have so much work to do ahead of me, and that's the difference in mindset. I continued to learn and improve. Learn and improve. Doesn't matter what my subscriber number was at. I was learning, I was improving, I was making better edits, I was making better intros, I was continuing to push the boundaries, I was continuing to try new things, I was putting myself in uncomfortable situations to grow even faster and find problems with my channel to grow even quicker, while other YouTubers with 1 million subscribers were, you know, celebrating, having a good time, going out with their friends, getting some drinks, celebrating that they did it. They got 1 million subscribers, and that's cool, but then their YouTube channels died. And it's like, what now? And I saw this happen to so many different channels, so many. I mean, I probably can't even count them on my 2 hands. Like it's probably 12, maybe 14 different channels that I've seen. Friends of mine as well that have grown alongside me, and their channels have slowly fallen out, died out over the years, or as a lot of kids might say, they fell off. Fall off is a real thing. And will it happen to me one day? Sure. It certainly might. It's inevitable for everyone to eventually fall off, but I can almost guarantee you that if you adjust your mindset, you can extend out that growth past anyone around you. And the best part about all of this is that all of these little mental models that I've shared with you in this video, they don't just work independently, they work together. It's like a puzzle, a flywheel. And as you go through the process of becoming a creator or becoming successful in life, whatever you want to call it, the flywheel moves faster. The puzzle pieces get stronger, and you eventually mold yourself and build yourself into a person that can ultimately be unstoppable, or as I might say, unspeakable. Anyways, that's my video for today. If you guys want Blueprint University, it's 100% free, 11-hour course that I spent 2 years making on teaching you how to be a creator. Literally 100% free. You don't even have to give me your email address. Check it out, link in the description. If you want to work with my team directly, that is Blueprint Premium. Obviously that is paid. We cannot offer that for free. My team is very expensive. I'll just be honest with you. We got some really, really good, incredible people that I spent years building and molding, and it's not free, it's not cheap, but that is something that I can almost guarantee you that you will get incredible value out of. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week in a new video.
All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and this should be already fine. 2014, 2017, yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm, And now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.